Hello, everyone. My name is Bianca from Ukrainian Actors and Actresses Fandom. Today at Vertical Voices, I have my first actor as a guest. Maybe you've seen him because, yeah, been quite in a lot of verticals. I assume not really as a lead actor, but you've seen him a lot. Welcome, Kyle Colton.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Bianca. I appreciate it. As Bianca said, my name is Kyle Colton. I've done, I think, over 55 verticals at this point since fall of
Wow.
23, but I have only done them in Los Angeles. So to connect with someone that is not only in Europe, but also connected to the wonderful verticals that are being produced in Ukraine, projects that are being done in other countries always interest me. I love to travel. I've done horizontal projects in China and Malaysia and Thailand, and Mexico City was my first feature film that I starred in. So I'm very interested in projects that are being done outside of the US.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And I mean, 55 verticals. Oh, Lord. I mean, Casey Esser have, I guess, around the same amount of verticals which he shot. But the difference between you guys are he being the lead actor in all of them. Unfortunately, I guess you didn't have the lead role yet, right?
I mean, the closest I've had is maybe the main villain. I mean, I call that a lead, but it depends on who you ask, how you look at it. If it's, I've never been the main love interest or what have you, but yeah, a lot of day players. Let's just say a lot of day players. One day here, one day there, or a couple of days on a set. But I'd say probably three-fourths of those have been day players. But maybe I've starred maybe as the main villain probably 10 times out of 50.
Oh, wow. Is it, what do you prefer, to be a villain or play maybe a other role?
I mean, I'd like to play both. I don't know if it's because of the vertical world, everything's very visual. So I tend to have a darker look to me. So I just look like a bad guy, I guess, with a lot of those. I mean, notice that a lot of the leads that I play opposite, like I did, I think, How to Land a Movie Star for, I forgot if that was real short or not, but I auditioned for the lead movie star character and then I saw who they cast. And it's, oh, he's blonde and he's taller and he's more buff and he's probably 10 years younger than me. So but I got to play his sleazy publicist character, so that was a lot of fun to play off of him and say, I know it's best for you because that's where I was coming from. I wasn't playing him. That's the trick with playing villains. I always tell newer actors is don't play them as a villain. Don't play them like, oh, I'm trying to inflict pain on people. Everyone is the hero in their own story. Like I
Yeah,
always say,
that's true.
as a very harsh example, I say Hitler thought he was right. Even the worst people in history thought they were right.
Yeah, and I think actors and actresses who play the villain, it's, I guess, more challenging to play a role like that because you can express yourself a lot more in different ways than if you just always been the hero of the show. And I like it a lot if I can see that an actor is playing sometimes difficult roles where they maybe even have to overstep or no, get out of their comfort zone, because this shows me how good they are. And if I'm starting to hate a villain in a vertical, that just shows me how good this actor is.
Thank you, Bianca. I appreciate that. I agree. I think the probably the biggest role I had in one of these was the after divorce I enter my cougar era. I think that was a good short project. A lot of the reviews were, yeah, Kyle Colton has such a punchable face, so that's kind of like a backhanded compliment. But like you said, I was doing a good enough performance that they loved to hate my character, which is good. But I think you mentioned something about the writing with these, specifically in the vertical world. I don't know. I can only speak to my experiences working on them in America, because you said in Ukraine the storylines tend to be less cookie cutter and they go off the mainstream, which is great. A lot of the verticals that I work on, the male leads are written to be a little one note, and the villains do have more of a rich backstory and a life going on underneath, and they're written with more of a roller coaster of an arc going on. I think I worked on one where it was a werewolf, and my leading man, he was telling me in between takes, he said, I want to have more range. They're telling me not to, though. Like this is a werewolf one, and his Luna is dying on the ground. That's the love of his life. And they're saying, no, 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 show less. You don't. This doesn't affect you as much. And he said, wouldn't I be concerned? That's the love of my life. And they're saying, no, you're a strong werewolf. You're the alpha. This doesn't affect you. And I thought that I guess that's the style. But as the villain, I could have my whole range of emotions.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, you can explode in the next moment. You can be nice again, then you can explode again. And that's this is actually really interesting to see how a character is, yeah, performing and or how this character will be performed. And did you seen already, or did you hear about the Ukrainian verticals, or did you watched already one?
I'm sorry to say I haven't seen a Ukrainian vertical all the way through. I've seen some clips here and there, as in this generation, the Gen Z generation, they live in clips and all that. So I've seen some clips, and Michaela told me that some of the best verticals she's ever seen have come out of Ukraine. I think Drama Pops, maybe that's one of the. There's only what?
Yeah, Ukrainian verticals. Yeah, Ukrainian verticals are published mostly on My Drama and drama shorts, but they also have a few verticals on Real Short, Good Short, Drama Box, Drama Wave, and since a few days on Drama Pops is one as well.
That's
And I must
wonderful.
say, thanks God, there are until now not more vertical apps. Because as an audience, or at the yeah, we as an audience, it's really hard to subscribe everywhere or get coins. Because I'm not a patient person who always watch ads to collect them, and not every app offer something like that to watch ads to get coins. And I mean, for the Ukrainian vertical space, it's amazing that they are able to publish their stories, for example, on Real Short. I mean, Real Short is one of the biggest vertical apps or drama box, and they deserve it to be seen, you know. And every single app have a different kind of audience, so it's good that they are be seen on there. But for us fans, it's a little bit hard.
I wonder if there's going to be more consolidation. I mean, this Netflix Warner Brothers merger, I wonder if that's going to
Yeah.
happen in the vertical space, if Netflix or Drama Box will start scooping up the smaller ones.
Yeah, I hope so, because I think, well, it looks like, because I'm not just watching Ukrainian verticals, I'm watching verticals from all over the world, and I have really to sit down once in a while and count the verticals which I watched so far, because there are a lot, I guess around 1,000 or something. Because today, yeah, I watched so far 100 shows from Ukraine, because today the 100 got released.
Wow.
And if I watch all the others, I must be at around 1,000 or even more. I'm not sure about it. But it seems like if there's a new release of a vertical, it doesn't matter from where it's coming from. It seems like there's a new app. Every single new vertical get released on a new app. So I'm glad that I don't have as much vertical apps on my phone, but I know a lot of other fans who have so many vertical apps on their phone. That's crazy.
I'll admit I only have the apps of the ones that I've had projects on, which is still somewhere
Yeah.
like 6 to 10. But when I first started, it was pretty much just Real Short, Drama Box, and Serial Plus, which doesn't even exist anymore. I think that became Flare Flow.
Yeah. Is there a possibility for you actors to get a free access to these apps if there's a show from you on it?
It's very rare. I think Real Short, every once in a blue moon, will send out an email to the cast saying, let us know what episodes you want. And I'm thinking, I don't remember what episode that was. I'm just going off the
The
script. I
whole
can go
show?
back through and say, this was probably my favorite scene. Can we do that scene? But then they still expect you to tell them what episode it was, and they could have edited it differently. So it could be off by a couple episodes.
Yeah, and why just one or two episodes? Give the whole movie.
It
Sorry
should
to.
be. That would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I sometimes I'm speaking without any filter. I mean, they make so much money. It wouldn't be bad to give you the access, even if they would say, "Hey, I give you a 1 week free membership." It wouldn't
Right.
hurt. It
Or
wouldn't.
here's the whole thing as like a private. I
Yeah,
think maybe they're afraid we're gonna repost the whole thing or something, but we're under contract to not do that.
Yeah, I mean,
They could sue us if they wanted to, if we did that.
yeah, and some apps should provide some footage. You can post about this vertical to get more views, because on some apps it's unfortunately like that they only promote mostly these shows which are produced by themselves, and all verticals which they are buying, they don't promote them as much. So this is actually not good. And I don't trust regarding all these views, not at all, because this don't tell you anything about if the audience like this movie or not. Because in the past few weeks, I heard a lot of the audience that there are many of them who start watching a vertical, and after a few episodes, they stop watching. It depends on, they know already the storyline, because the storyline is filmed for the 20th time, just with a different cast, and they have small adjustments. But usually you can say, okay, now this is happening, and then she's saying this, and then is this happening. You don't want to see that no more, you know? And it's also, it's regarding the trope. If there are banquet scenes where the banquet scene is going over 50 episodes, where they are fighting with each other, and nobody wants to see that. And if the people clicking on it, it's count, and but it's don't mean that's a hit.
Right. It's the same thing with the conventional streamers like Netflix or Hulu or Amazon.
Yeah.
Did they watch through the whole thing, or did they just click on it for 5 minutes and then that counts as a view? I don't know if those numbers are cooked or how they're doing that. And then residuals with that are a little shaky, but that's a union versus non-union. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm happy for the work, but believe me, we don't enjoy filming the banquet scenes either.
Yeah, and I mean, there are a lot of fans who starting to speak up, and even a lot of actors speaking up for some tropes, especially, for example, the violence against females. And I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of those day players I told you about, a lot of them are unfortunately sexual assault scenes, and
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's those are obviously not my favorite scenes to shoot, and I try to make sure my female co-star in those scenes is very comfortable, but I would not choose those kind of scenes. They keep writing them for whatever reason. They
yeah.
or AI.
And I don't like that. And that's a positive thing, which I can tell you regarding Ukrainian verticals, because you don't have banquet scenes, not at all. I mean, sure, they have a banquet, but not, hey, I'm this person. No, you are not. You are a fraud. And yes, I am. No, you are nobody. And slap here, slap there. You won't find this. Sure, you will see a slap too, but if it's necessary for the storyline. For example, if there is a female who got groped by a stranger, she's turning around and slap him. So it's necessary for the storyline, but not just I'm slapping you because I'm bored and I just want to, you know? And this is a big difference. And the good thing is most of the verticals from Ukraine are written in Ukraine, or not all are written in Ukraine. For example, I just talked recently to a scriptwriter. She's from Mexico, but she worked for Holy Water. Holy Water is the company who owns My Drama. My Drama and Drama Shorts are Ukrainian vertical apps, and they work together with Amo Picture. Amo Picture is one of the biggest production companies in Ukraine, which also offer a casting agency and an actors agency. And if the actors are members of these agencies, they have the opportunity to participate at workshops. They recently had via an online video call some popular directors, which directed some big shows, even in the cinema, and they're doing a lot. So it's great to see, you know. And let's say, I guess only 2 of 100 verticals and pilot projects are produced by Amo Pictures. So you can see how much they are doing. And Amo Pictures is now also shooting outside of Ukraine. They already shot some verticals in UK, in USA, in Atlanta and LA, and in Canada. And I'm not sure if they already started it or if it's coming in the new year, but they will shoot in Australia as well.
Wow.
So, for example, TJ Wilkes made a show for them, Tyler Crosby and Rebecca Burke. They shot already for Amo Pictures, and the crew, which are on set, are all from Ukraine. So sometimes it's hard for the actors to understand something because they are all speaking in Ukrainian.
We're used to Chinese crews speaking to each other, so
Yeah. So, but I can tell you, many of the crew members, it doesn't matter, director, cameramans, or whatever position they have, they are very experienced in, for example, shooting cinema movies. So they try always, even if the budget is low, to let it shine like it's cinematic. So they have the experience. And in Ukraine also, there are directors, mostly are females. A few male directors are there too, but mostly the males have to serve the country. So that's why it's not possible that everyone is doing it. And unfortunately, many of these actors got offers to shoot in China, in Turkey, in LA, in Canada, but unfortunately, they can't leave the country. I guess the ladies can travel, even, for example, to the States, but the males are not allowed to leave the country.
wow.
This is forbidden at the moment. I mean, in beginning of October, 3 of these vertical actors been in Munich, but just because they were acting there in Ukrainian theater. And if you are acting in a theater, you can get in permission to go to a different country. But if you're shooting a movie, it's not impossible, but it takes a lot of time to get the permission, and it's really hard to get the permission.
Wow, it's interesting that they view theater as more worthwhile, I guess, because in Western civilization, it's the opposite.
Yeah, and I mean, it was great. I didn't been in Munich to see them in person, but a member of my fandom, she's an admin in it. She been there, and it was great to see because the theater show was in Ukrainian, but they had a monitor, so the audience could read what they are talking because they translated it, and they didn't even expect it that there's someone, because she brought some printed pictures of these guys and asked for autographs, and it was the first time ever that these guys have to sign their autographs, and they didn't expect it, that there are really fans all over the world, even if they talking we're getting a lot of DMs. But if you see it in person, it's different, I guess, than if you just you can see everything online. And the great thing is also Amo Pictures is looking for actors from abroad, and they had already some actors. Yeah, Kyle would be a possibility, I assume. But for example, Kiki Frex just been in September there and shot a few projects. Then there's Pierre Loger from France. He got already 4 verticals released, and he's right now there and shoot his next project. Then Robert Scott Holm from UK. He shot a vertical for a different production company, but he is there again. And now on the 2nd of January, his first vertical for Amo Pictures will be released. And if even 1 or 2 ladies been there from abroad, and no matter to who I talked about it, they all said they want to go back. And I also talked to Anton Skripets. He is the licensing and partnership executive of Amo Pictures. His position is there. He is responsible to sell the finished products to the app. And I asked him, how hard is it to get actors from abroad? And he said, yes, it could be a little bit difficult because they all think it's very, very dangerous here, but it seems more dangerous than it is. Because if an actor is going to Ukraine, I mean, first of all, you can't fly there. Most actors flying to Warsaw, and from there they taking 1 or 2 trains to get to Kiev. And Pierre Loger told me he is not from Paris, but I don't know where he is from in France. But with the stopovers, it took him around 24 hours to get there. So it's like I would fly now to Australia, but it's a whole trip to Ukraine, and it's a long trip, but it's impossible to fly there because
Sounds
of
like an adventure.
out of really understandable reasons. And if they arriving there, they will have a hotel which is in the center of Kiev, which have an own shelter. And each actor who comes there, they will get like an actor manager or something who is taking care of this actor while he's or she is on in Kiev, to show this person around, and if they have questions. So it's like a nanny. So they are always, how do you say it? You can't say it's not dangerous at all. Hey, this is a war zone, and but it's not that bad as it seems, unless it's now Christmas time, because in the past few days they had 24 hours straight air raid alerts. And it's really hard to see that, and what all happened. It's so we are always worried because, for example, if I'm talking to you actors from America and you don't answer me for 2 weeks, I know you are busy. But if the actor from Ukraine don't answer you for a while, if you've been already in contact before, you are always worried. Is something happen? Is this person okay? So it's really, really hard sometimes to see, but still, these people. I said, for example, in the interview with Bogdan Bazenko, which I had a few weeks ago, I didn't just fell in love with the Ukrainian verticals. I also fell in love with the country, even if I didn't be there. But if I see videos and pictures from Ukraine, it's so beautiful. I mean, I'm not a religious person, but the churches in Kiev with the golden roofs, and it's so beautiful. But most of all, I fell in love with Ukrainian people because they could be really a role model because they are so full of life and they enjoying life. And sure, it's hard for them, and they are suffering as well. But mostly, they try to do the best out of it and enjoy it, and that's amazing to see. And it shows me even some problems where I think, oh my God, these are huge problems, mean nothing, and it's great to see. And like I said, the best part of Ukrainian verticals are that the scripts are mostly unique.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, they seem very grateful. Like I said, not just in Ukraine, but the verticals I've seen in other countries. The crews and the actors seem grateful to work. I mean, not to put down my own countrymen, but a lot of American actors feel like a little ungrateful sometimes about how good we have it in these worlds. So I'm really interested to connect with projects, vertical or horizontal, that shoot in other countries.
Yeah. And I mean, how do you say it? I mean, you will have werewolves, vampires, billionaire CEO. But for example, you won't see, I guess, I'm not sure about it, if they are in a hospital that they're saying, okay, you have to pay $500,000 to get the treatment. I'm not sure about it. I mean, I've seen so many verticals, and it's sometimes frightened how deep I'm into it, because you can send me a picture of a scene and I can tell you which movie it is. And it's a weird feeling, but I really enjoy it. And if I can connect you, for example, because like you said, you would love to shoot somewhere else. So that means I would forward your Instagram profile and your IMDb to the responsibles, for example, at Amo Pictures. If they are getting in touch with you. I don't know, but I can try to get you guys in touch.
Thank you, Bianca. I'd appreciate that. Yeah, it's you mentioned, I mean, the journey to get there. To me, that sounds like an adventure. It sounds like they don't need the special visa like you need to get into China, which I have that anyway from a horizontal feature film I was going to do in 2020. I actually met Kiki Fragnoli there first and Dallas Schaefer. I met them there before verticals even took off. But it sounds like Ukraine doesn't require a special visa to get in, which is good. Just a
I
U.S.
don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know actually, because I didn't really search for it for a solution or how they are doing it because I didn't been there yet, unfortunately. And at the moment, I'm not able to go there because, yeah, since I don't have a job at the moment and I can't afford to go there. But I would love to because since I lost my family in the past 1.5 year, nothing keep me here. So if I would have the opportunity, and even if there's a war, I would move there. That's how I got into it, and that's crazy. I never had something like that before.
I have a feeling you'll go. You'll go.
Yeah, maybe someday. You never know.
They may bring
And
you there. I mean, you're helping their fandom. Why would they bring you there?
yeah, yeah, it's not like just to get there and have a hotel or something. It's also if you are on site, you need to be able to buy food, to grab a taxi or whatever. And plus, here in Germany, if you are jobless, there's an authority called Job Center who's paying your rent and give you a small amount of money so you can, yeah, go grocery shopping, etc. I can take vacation days during the year, I guess 20 days a year, but I have to tell them where I'm going. And if I'm telling them, hey, I'm going to Ukraine, they would say, hell no, you are not going there. It's a war zone.
Mm.
At the moment, it's not possible for me, but I will go definitely one day.
Find the fandoms.
I have their other fan pages with who I'm collaborating often, and it's the same like all the review pages. If they're writing a review, because I can't write reviews, I'm not a writer. If they are writing reviews, they are always welcome to tag me or to collaborate with me so I can repost it and I can tag all the important people of this project. This is going actually good because we have to support each other in this case, and they need to be seen too because those review pages are so important. And I guess not every, I call it now, filmmaker see all these reviews if they are not following them already. So that's why I'm tagging like Amo Pictures or whoever is in this vertical, so they see what the audience is thinking about.
Well, you definitely help us gain visibility and actors that wouldn't have been known about to the public, like you or Jen or Michaela. And I really appreciate you putting it out there.
And I think it's important because for me, it's so important to give these actors a spotlight, even if I don't have as much followers. But I give them the spotlight to so the fans can learn more about them. They see how their favorite actor or actress is if he's not in front of the camera, and they need to or they deserve the appreciation for their hard work and need to get the credits because also mostly the verticals don't have credits on Real Short, for example, and I guess on Drama Box as well. Amo Picture inserted the credits of the actors, and not just the actors. Everyone is listed who worked on this project. The
Oh,
drivers, the HR department, the secretary, everyone is mentioned.
love
And
that.
because if someone is doing something good, they need to get the credits.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I said, it's in other countries that is more of a premium. Granted, we're doing them in America, but it's still China based, which feels a little like I don't know if disposable is the right word, but it's kind of a next man up mentality of oh,
Yeah.
if this person's upset with it, we'll just get someone else to come in and replace them. And I didn't realize because I am in Los Angeles, IMDb is very important to us, but in other countries, it's really not, especially China. I mean, they make thousands of projects and they have billions with a B of people there that they didn't think IMDb was that big of a deal. But once they started getting Americans involved, I think it was kind of maybe a way to not placate us, but to make us happy. But we'll start putting these on IMDb because that's a credit to build your resume. And in America, that's
Yeah,
important.
but unfortunately, it's not always correct. And I mean, even if you take your time and add for a vertical the information who's acting in there, then take your time and not just add the actor's name, also add the role name. And if you're doing something like that, at least try to figure out who's the director.
Right, they
Because,
just slap it up there. Yeah.
for example, in my fandom, it's like that. If I see there's a new vertical, I'm watching it, or I try to watch it immediately to figure out who's acting in there and what is the role name of this person. And if I have the good luck that I'm having good relationships with the actors and crew members, that I sometimes just send them a message and send them a picture. Hey, can you tell me what is the name of this person? And 5 minutes later, they send me all information I need. And it's the same for every single vertical because I don't know who's the director. I'm sending the cast a message and say, who's the director? And they
Right.
give it to me immediately. And that's great to see. So if I'm able to get more information about the credits, I'm taking them all and I put them all in. I mean, unfortunately, for example, on Instagram, you can't tag everyone. We had once a vertical on a real short. I guess there have been 50 crew members listed.
Wow.
You can't tag them all.
You
And
would think that with the bigger apps like DramaBox or Real Short, they would have someone in-house. Like your sole job is to put these up on IMDb correctly, cast and crew. You'd think so.
yeah, the problem is to do IMDb properly, you have to pay for it. And I say properly don't mean I just open a profile and put all in the verticals. No, you need to see a picture of the actor or actress. You need to get all the information which is necessary. And if you, because I've seen so many verticals on IMDb where only one or two actors are mentioned. If you
Hmm.
create that, then make the work, so do your research work, and put the other cast members in there too. Because it's in my eyes, it's unnecessary just to list one actor and then you don't even put in the role name. You don't need that.
Right. They don't do a full cast list like a bigger studio would. As far as the photos or the lack of photos, the way that IMDb is set up is the actor has to upload it themselves or the crew member has to upload the picture themselves on there, and that's just how it's set up. But it has become a little bit like a Wikipedia. Like you said, anyone can. I can go in and say, "Oh, I worked on. I've done it many times. I'll go into a project and say I worked with this actor. This is the wrong profile. There's a duplicate Kiki Fragnoli that someone else created. This is the right profile." So it gets
Yeah,
technical.
because for example, Kiki is on IMDb mentioned as Kiki Frex, but also
Mhm.
at Kyle Fragnoli.
That's how I met him, as Kyle. So
Which one is the original?
you'd have to ask
Well,
him which is his preferred. Which
yeah,
some when I book some verticals, they'll ask like, could you give us your IMDb profile? So that way we know which one when we make the IMDb for the project.
right, right. For example, we have an Ukrainian actress, or her original name is Alexandra Soroka, but she changed her name, or she have a new pseudonym. It's called Sasha Annika. And she texted me a few months ago, hey, Bianca, did you do the profile on IMDb with my name? I said, I actually wanted to start to put in all the information at all actors, but I didn't have the time yet. And she said, yeah, because it's totally wrong, because I'm not Alexandra Soroka no more. I'm Sasha Annika, and I want to be named like that. And I can't do anything because I didn't open this profile. And there have been other actors as well who said, did you open that? Because the information in there are wrong. Or people opening profiles because they have the spelling of the name in this way, but they don't check it that there are 5 other profiles with a similar spelling, and all 5 profiles mean the same person.
I've actually helped other actors merge duplicated profiles before. It is a little bit of a pain, but it is the way that IMDb is set up. It's on the actor to do it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm on Discord. And Discord, okay, I figured out not many people want to use it, but I choose Discord because, first of all, we built there a community. You can chat in there about everything and nothing. It don't have to be something regarding these verticals. We can build some relationships, but we also have a voice cam and text chats where the community can talk about something. But the main parts are I have a picture gallery of each actor, because each actor who's in my fandom will receive a profile. That means you have a main profile where you can see the picture, and then we have 3 under threads. First, all social media channels which we found of this actor, so the fans can follow them. Second of all, the filmography of mini movies. And third, each vertical, for example, I have the movie picture, the title of the movie, the role name, the release date, and on which platform you can watch it.
Wow.
And I'm putting it in for each actor. We also have a part that's called new releases. I'm posting there always if there's a new vertical. I'm watching the vertical and figure out who's acting in there and put in the information. And I built a Discord like this. If you, for example, in the picture gallery, and you see a picture, for example, of Kiki, because Kiki is a member now, and you want to see his profile, you just have to click on the link above, and they will send you automatically to the profile of the actor. It's the same when I put in the new releases. If the actor is already a member of my fandom, I always link them. So if the fans want to see more of this person, they can click on it and get direct to the profile. But we also have a part, it's called vertical descriptions, because I'm not writing reviews. And even if I would I have some great ladies in my fandom who can write stuff like that, but I don't want to write reviews because I want just to make an explanation. What is a movie about? Sure, I don't want to spoil everything, because in a review, you start from beginning and you tell the story until the end. And on the end, they fell in love and get married.
Why would I watch it?
Yeah, but why I should watch this vertical if I already know how it's ending, you know? I want to make the audience a little bit curious, because we all are also adding some questions in this description. If there's a dangerous situation, can they escape this dangerous situation? Are they getting close to each other? Become they are a couple or whatever. So I make it more interesting that the audience is maybe interested to watch the whole show. And that's what we are doing as well. And I post those descriptions on Instagram as well. But I can't post all the informations on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or wherever, because it's hard to update those information. And you know how it is. We all need the algorithm. So I can't post now, for example, a reel while I introduce, hey, there's a new vertical and these actors are in there. And I even show the pictures. And or no, let me explain it in a different way. There's one actor and he have a filmography. I'm posting it, but then he makes new movies. Should I post all 2 weeks a new posting? Hey, his filmography got updated. So that means if you would take a look at my feed, you would see always the pictures of these actors who have a lot of roles. And you can't delete it because you don't want to delete it, because then you are missing the likes and the comments. So that's why I can't provide this information on the social media channels. And that's why it's Discord. It's for free. Everyone can join. And even if you don't want to communicate with the fandom members, just come there and you can find all information you need. And that's what I'm telling all these fan pages as well. If they're writing reviews or something, if you want to know who's acting in there, reach out.
Oh, thank you for doing all that legwork. I appreciate it. I've always seen myself as I'm a little bit more old school. Even this the whole social media thing. I rarely post, and so if someone posts something with me in it or a positive review, I'll repost. Or if the I think when it comes to something that the production does, they have behind the scenes people. I'll wait till they post it because I'm in the camp of I don't want to spoil anything. But then you got these actors now that are putting up big plot points that are spoiling the whole thing. Of a character dies and they're showing their character being killed. Is who's going to watch it if you're showing behind the scenes? But there's this mentality of like, oh, shock and awe is better than I'm old school when it comes to like, why do people want to watch the movie if they know that my character's going to die already? Because
Yeah,
I spoiled the behind the scenes already.
I'm making always a joke if I see an actor or actress with fake blood because they had a fight scene in the movie. I said, "Oh, you got a rough day, or didn't obey the director?" So that's happening if you don't listen to your director. No, but in my case, I'm joking around and always say I tamed a few actors and creatives. If they're posting BTS, just tag me so I'm able to share it as well. And they don't even need to tag me visibly that everyone see that I'm tagged. You can tag me afterwards for stories, but then I'm able to repost those BTS scenes. And for example, in Ukraine, Amo Pictures have a new department, and they have a profile on Instagram. It's called Amo underscore fans underscore family. And they posting a lot of content. Recently, there have been a few actors all together and they made games like Red Flag, Green Flag, or are you a person who stay up all night or waking up or you sleep a lot? And are you a workaholic or not? So something where the fans can see how these actors are if they are not on set and learn a little bit more about them. And it's an amazing content. And I see it with a lot of apps that they're starting to post BTS. Because while I started this fandom, for example, I wanted to know who the actors are, and I contacted my drama, and they told me, "I'm sorry, we keep the privacy of these actors. We can't tell you what the name is." And I said, "What bullshit is this?" And nowadays, I mean, I got my other sources where I get all the informations, but mostly I don't have to ask no more because I know them now. And I always can repeat myself. A few months ago, one of the actors reposted a story of mine and he wrote on it, Bianca knows more about Ukrainian verticals than most Ukrainian casting agents. And a friend of mine, she answered, yes, Bianca is a walking Ukrainian verticalpedia.
Vertical peak, I like that.
The funny thing is, I never thought that it's become like that. And I mean, it's grew a lot and fast since February. I mean, from in total 13 people to around 170.
Well, it can become like a job. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I'm figuring out because right now because of medical reason I'm not really able to go to work, even if this is actually the fandom work at the moment like a full-time job. Because on some days I'm sitting here 8 to 12 hours. But I thought about it because I talked to a few people. They said, Bianca, you should become a casting agent or you have to do some other kind of job in this business. I would love to, but I have to figure out what I could do.
Well, the great thing about casting is that now you can do it from home. You just get tapes sent in. People will send you tapes, and all of our auditions are done self-tape. It's very rare to have an in-person audition now.
Yeah, and I mean, they said it because of my database, and I know in which roles these actors are, and I'm watching verticals in a different way than maybe some other fans because I'm taking care or I'm looking for details. For example, I'm sorry to the viewers if you hear it again, because I mention it all the time in my interviews. For example, if there are two people who drinking a glass of wine, and you can see all over the glass the fingerprints, I'm getting a crisis
Yeah,
because
the details of like something like that costs nothing to the budget. That's a creative decision.
nothing at
It's
all.
lazy and it costs nothing to wipe that
No.
off.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't drink alcohol on set, so just put the liquid out of it, wash a glass, fill something in, done.
There's someone asked me, I think in the beginning about this, that what was different in the very beginning when I first started. The creative choices that have nothing to do with the budget. I think I was in a werewolf one in the very beginning, and I was supposed to be a henchman or something. They had me in a black t-shirt that said security in big block letters. And I thought that's so distracting. All they had to do was ask me to bring in a suit and an earpiece. Like that literally would have cost nothing to add to the budget. And it's like, that's so distracting that I'm
Yeah.
security. I'm a henchman. I could have worn a suit. I could have brought my own suit. But it's things like that that cost nothing.
Yeah. And I mean, um, I used to work in a part-time job beside my main job in the security business and being a bouncer. And earpiece, maybe with a microphone or whatever, you can get it at Amazon for 12 euros. So it's not that much. And I mean, you can always use it again. And details, or they have to take care of it. In one scene, the glass is full, the episode ends, and the next episode starts, and the glass is almost empty.
Why do you hire a script supervisor if you're not looking at continuity?
Yeah, I mean, those are small details. And I mean, I seen it once in a Ukrainian vertical. Two of the actors were sitting in a car, and one of them had some sunglasses on, where the glasses are mirrors. And he turned his head around, and you could see the cameraman in the shades. So
Detail. At
other
least fix it in post. Like at least edit it out in post.
it's a funny story. I mean, the actor knows that I did it because I had an interview with him, and we are pretty close. And for example, there was an intimacy scene, and I was watching a vertical, and in one shot, it looked like he been totally naked because he was standing behind her, and the camera angle being like this. And I said, "Hold on, it was just 1 or 2 seconds, but is he naked in there?" So I did a screenshot, and I saw no, he had some nude tone underwear on. But I was shocked at the first moment, and he laughed about it that I made a screenshot to see it. But that's what I miss, for example, in American verticals. If they have a showering scene, you always can see they wear colorful underwear. That they are not naked, it's totally fine. And it's for sure that they are not naked, but at least wear nude colored underwear. So it looks like you are naked. I mean, no one of us taking a shower if you have some shorts on, or taking a bath while you have a bikini on. There are so many ways to hide or to keep the privacy, you know?
My manager would like you. He's very detail oriented and he's one of the top hair department heads in the industry for a long time. His name's Emmanuel Miller. He would notice things like that while working on big movies. He would notice things that other people just overlooked or thought, oh, it's no big deal like that. Really? Yeah, we noticed colorful underwear. You mentioned the colorful underwear. He was working on Remember the Titans. And if you ever saw that movie, they're football
Yeah,
players.
I love it. I
They're
love it.
wearing white. They're wearing white uniforms, and they're all wearing present day underwear underneath. And they've all got different patterns and stripes and plaids and polka dots, some of them. And he went to the costumer and said, why are they not wearing white tighty whities from the 60s? Like they all should have that kind of. And she said, oh my God, you're right. So then they went out, and because they're wearing white, you can see underneath. So he would
Yeah.
appreciate your attention to detail.
Yeah. Did you act in this movie?
Oh, I didn't work on it. He worked on it. That came out in 2000. So he worked on it 20 years ago, but he was the head of the hair department. And he said, I know this isn't my department, but did you not notice that they're all wearing present day underwear underneath?
Yeah.
And it's just and
That's
colorful and popping and
because I love this movie for real. I have somewhere the DVD of it. And I love the special part on this DVD because they show the original people meeting the actors. I don't know the name of the actor who he played also in Scrubs.
Oh, Donald Faison, yes.
And you could see the original person and him, and you really thought, they are related?
Oh,
Because
wow.
they fit so good. It could be father and son, or grandfather and grandson. It fits so perfectly, and I love this movie because I love anyway movies which are based on something what really happened once. Sure, it's not one to one the same. For a movie, you have to make it more exciting and entertaining. But I love something like that. And since I'm a huge American football fan, it's for sure that I remember the Titans.
That's a phenomenal movie, but I love that attention to detail. So thank you for having that.
Yeah, and I don't know how this happened. Maybe a few years ago, I have a friend who's shooting music videos. And actually, we met because of that, because he saw me once on Facebook answering a message of a friend of mine and texted her and said, "Hey, I want her for the music video." And I said, "I'm not an actress. What genre is it?" And he said, "Oh, you will like it. It's a German gangster rap." I said, "What the heck?" You know that I'm not 18. I don't have these big boobs and I'm not running around in a bikini. And he said, "No, no, for this scene, we need an older lady." So I was at this point 35, but it was true. For the scene, you couldn't take an 18-year-old girl. But I became his project assistant, production assistant, whatever, because he wasn't based in Germany. And if he shot in Berlin, because I'm originally from Berlin, I took care of, he rented all the equipment because he couldn't take everything in the plane. So he rented it in Berlin, and I picked everything up and took care of the people who been on set. And there's even the same thing. We shot in the winter time, and everyone had some thick clothes on, but there have been two ladies in bikinis who had to dance on a pole. But no one on set even thought about to have the jackets of the ladies or blankets or whatever. So I brought everything because I see something like that.
Thank
And
you for that.
it's necessary because, I mean, we had minus degrees in Celsius, and these ladies had almost nothing on.
Wow.
I didn't want it that they get a pneumonia, I guess you say it like this. We have to take care of that.
Yeah, thank you for that. I've worked on sets big and small, and that's something that costs literally nothing. Just bring an extra blanket, bring an extra coat, and people just it's not even a malicious thing. They just don't think about it. Oh, we have to take care of our actors.
Yeah, and nobody else, if they said cut, no one of the other thought about to hand over something to cover them up. And I mean, it was a very low budget music video. I guess it's cost 10,000 euros or something. So not much. And most people, beside the artist who been in front of the camera, they did it just for fun to be in a music video of this artist. So I went home and got all the stuff which we needed on set. I didn't even bought it. I just got the stuff from home.
So you are meant to be on set and be involved in the productions.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Maybe Mo should employ you as a casting scout, or they can bring you on set to help out.
Yeah, we will see. I'm because we're trying here to get verticals to Germany as well. Because in Germany, verticals are not common. Most people don't know them, and we try something. And I have to figure out what I'm doing. I still have time, but it would be cool to work in this business.
Absolutely. I mean, there's people that are submitting to them, but you can show them diamonds in the rough as well.
Yeah. Kyle, as I heard, you would be interested in working for example, for Amo or another production company in Ukraine, but also, for example, in the States or in Canada or wherever.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. That sounds good. So I will forward your contact details. I can't promise you anything. I'm just trying to connect you. And if you have any else questions, I would gladly answer you that. You can always reach out. Do you have maybe something to say to the audience?
Well, I appreciate the fandom. I appreciate all of you watching and supporting. It's an interesting art form. I'm grateful for the opportunity to get to act and play these characters, and thank you all for the support. And it's helping actors like myself get in front of people that maybe we wouldn't have gotten the opportunity before. And it's fun, and it is a little out there, the werewolves, the vampires, the CEO billionaires, but I came out here to make a living as an actor. So thank you, the fans, for helping me make that dream a reality.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about Kyle, I will put on YouTube in the description his IMDb and his social media channels so you can follow him. And I wish you a lot of success, that you get a lot of good scripts and a lot of jobs. And thank you for joining me. And I hope I could tell you a little bit about Ukrainian verticals.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bianca. I really appreciate the information. I appreciate what you're doing for the Ukrainian people, and I appreciate just our connection. So I wish you success as well. I hope you do get more involved, either on set or behind the scenes, and combine the fandoms, as I said. This is going to go in 2026 and beyond.
Kyle, it was a pleasure to meeting you.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure to
Then
meet you as
have a
well.
great day.
Thank you.
Thank
You too.
you.
Have a good evening, it seems.
Bye, Kyle.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
You too.